So we are going to deal the topic of, and up to the previous video we learnt oblique incidence at the conducting boundary. At the conducting boundary, that means one medium is free space or dielectric and the other medium is a conducting medium. So here we are going to learn the second type of this incidence, oblique incidence at a plane dielectric boundary. That means one medium will be dielectric and the other medium also will be dielectric with different properties. That means both are dielectrics. They are considered as lossy dielectrics, and the first medium is having the constituent parameters as epsilon 1 and mu 1, and the second medium is having the constituent parameters as epsilon 2 and mu 2. So both are dielectric media, and now the boundary surface is going to be dielectric boundary. So wave is incidenting at this dielectric boundary, and this is called as plane of incidence as in the previous type only. And here some part of the wave will be reflected and some part of the wave will be transmitted due to the mismatch between these two dielectric impedances. So some part of the wave will be transmitted and some part of the wave will be reflected back. So in the previous topic we dealt with only the incident wave and reflected wave, because no part of the wave will transmit in conducting medium. But here we are going to discuss about transmitting wave also along with incident wave and reflect. So the analyzing pattern will be same, but before going into the analysis of the vertical polarization and horizontal polarization, we are going to know the behavior of the wave in this environment, that we are going to see. Now here, this is nothing but Ki bar. This is nothing but Ki bar, and Ki bar is nothing but the vector which is along the direction of propagation of the incident wave. And if we can observe, this is the wave and this is the wave front. We will have a wave front. That means the wave is traveling between these two surfaces. These are equiphase surfaces. So here we can observe at O, these three waves are at this O, the plane of incidence at which at this point O, the incident wave is incidencing the plane of incidence, and this is the plane of incidence. And also we are not talking about the electric field properties or magnetic field properties like we discussed in the vertical and horizontal polarizations, but we are simply analyzing the behavior of the wave. So by this we can derive another law. Instead of Snell's law of reflection, we are going to derive another law which is Snell's law of refraction also. So we are going to get a new law. So we are deriving that in this topic. And this is the incidenting wave, and this is going to be the equiphase surfaces. So between these two lines, my wave, incidencing wave, is going to transmit. And here this is the transmitted wave. This is the wave transmitted in the other medium, and this is the wave which is reflected into the same medium. So incidencing wave and reflecting wave are in medium 1 and transmitting wave is in medium 2. Now, so this is the point O, and I can draw normals, or I can draw the intersections. These are called this line and this line. These three are called the intersections of the incidence plane on the equiphase surfaces of this incident wave, reflected wave and the transmitted wave. So I can represent this intersection with this line. So this line is named as, here this is O dash and A dash, and we can observe here that this is the reflected wave and a parallel line I have taken. So this is the surface which is reflected. Idi veru ila vastadi, malla deeni veru. So the parallel line malla ee plane transmitted wave plane. ఇక్కడికి వచ్చేటప్పటికి ఇన్సిడెంట్ వేవ్ ప్లేన్, ఇవి రెండు ప్యారలల్ గా ఉన్నాయి. సో ఆల్ దీస్ విల్ ఫార్మ్ ఏ వేవ్ ఫ్రంట్, ఆల్ దీస్ విల్ ఫార్మ్ ఏ వేవ్ ఫ్రంట్. సో ఈ నార్మల్స్ 90 degrees నార్మల్స్ నేను గీసాను. నార్మల్స్ గీసిన తర్వాత సో ఐ కెన్ అబ్జర్వ్ దట్ మై ఇన్సిడెన్సింగ్ వేవ్, my incident wave is making an angle of theta I with the normal, and my reflecting wave is making an angle of theta r, and my transmitting wave will make an angle of theta t. So I will get three angles. I will get three angles, theta I, theta r and theta t. Previously I got only two angles. Extra I got another angle which is a transmitted angle. And now this is theta, this is theta, so this is the theta r. Now that means my reflected wave making an angle of theta r with the normal, and my transmitting wave making an angle of with normal of the normal z. So this is the normal of the boundary. This line is, so this is my boundary surface and this will be the normal, and every angle will be made with respect to the normal. Every angle will be made with respect to the normal. So now, so I will consider one thing here. So velocities will come into picture while we are dealing with this topic. So what is the velocity in the velocity of the wave in the first medium is v1. So we can observe that incidence wave and the reflected wave both will have the velocity v1 only, because they are in the first medium, and we can observe that the second medium transmitted wave will have a change in velocity which is going to be v2, which is going to be v2. So now I can observe that in medium 1, velocity of the reflected wave and velocity of the incidence wave will be same as v1. So what is my distance traveled in time t in medium 1 is going to be? So here the distance traveled in medium 1 by the incidence wave is going to be, incidence wave is going to be a o dash. Incidence wave is going to be distance traveled by the incidence wave in time t is going to be distance traveled by incident wave in time. Distance traveled by incident wave in time t is going to be O A dash. Is going to be O A dash, and this must be equal to, this must be equal to distance traveled by the incident wave in distance traveled by incidence wave in time t as A O dash. So A O dash. These two distances must be same, because the time is same, velocity is same, so distance traveled will be same. So distance traveled will be same, velocity is also. OA dash bar must be equal to AO dash bar. Now this is AO dash bar and this is OA dash bar. Now let me differentiate these two triangles which we are considering with two different colors. E triangle consider chestanu and this is the triangle, another triangle I am considering. Ante kada? ఇప్పుడు ఈ రెండు ఐడెంటిఫై చేయండి. సో నౌ దిస్ ఈజ్ OA dash and this is EO dash. ఈ రెండు డిస్టెన్సెస్ కూడా సమానం. అది మనం వేసినప్పుడు ఈ రెండు డిస్టెన్సెస్ సమానం. Now let me have the angles. Now I am having a common distance in these two triangles. A common side is there, that is nothing but OO dash. So if I want to explain any side, I can write that side in terms of OO dash. I can write that. So here my angle is theta. Here my angle is theta. Now I want to find any other angle than 90 degrees in these triangles. ఈ triangles లో ఇదొక యాంగిల్ ఉంటుంది. నేను దీన్ని ఇంకో లైన్ కూడా గీస్తాను ఇలాగా. ఈ రెండు కలిపి ఉంటుంది. సో ఈ ట్రయాంగిల్ తీసుకుంటే కనుక ఈ యాంగిల్ కానీ ఈ యాంగిల్ కానీ వస్తే ఐ కెన్ ఫైండ్ ద డిస్టెన్స్ ఇన్ టర్మ్స్ ఆఫ్ దట్ యాంగిల్. అలాగే ఈ ట్రయాంగిల్ తీసుకుంటే దీంట్లో ఈ యాంగిల్ కానీ ఈ యాంగిల్ కానీ వస్తే ఐ కెన్ ఫైండ్ దిస్ డిస్టెన్స్ ఇన్ టర్మ్స్ ఆఫ్ దట్ యాంగిల్. సో ఐ కెన్ డెవలప్ ఎ రిలేషన్ బిట్వీన్ దీస్ టూ ట్రయాంగిల్స్ బై యూజింగ్ దిస్ కామన్ సైడ్. సో టు ఫైండ్ ద యాంగిల్ వాట్ ఐ విల్ డూ is that this is the theta. It is the theta. Theta ikkadi nunchi ikkada kaadu, ee reflected wave nunchi normal ki vese angle theta. So here suppose if I am considering this is the total 90 degrees. This is the total 90 degrees. So what will be this angle is going to be? ఇది మొత్తం ట్రయాంగిల్ కదా, ఇది మొత్తం ట్రయాంగిల్ కదా, ఇది మొత్తం ట్రయాంగిల్ అయితే ఇది θr అయింది కదా, ఇది ఎంత అవుతుంది? 90 మైనస్ θr. ఇప్పుడు నేను ఏ ట్రయాంగిల్ లోని సైడ్ క్యాల్కులేట్ చేస్తున్నాను? 90 మైనస్ θr అనేది ఈ ట్రయాంగిల్ లో ఒక యాంగిల్ వచ్చేసింది. నెక్స్ట్ I want to find what is the angle in this triangle. దీంట్లో నేను యాంగిల్ క్యాల్కులేట్ చేయాలి. So what is the angle I am having here? Theta I. Suppose if I consider these two lines, ఈ రెండు they are perpendicular to each other. So the total angle will be 90 degrees. If this is theta I and this will be 90 minus theta I. అంతే కదా, ఇక్కడికి వచ్చేటప్పటికి 90 మైనస్ θ. ఇప్పుడు నేను ఈ టోటల్ ట్రయాంగిల్ తీసుకున్నా. ఈ టోటల్ ట్రయాంగిల్లో దిస్ ఈజ్ 90 మైనస్ θ అయితే ఈ యాంగిల్ ఎంత అవుతుంది? θ I. సో ఈ ట్రయాంగిల్లో ఇఫ్ దిస్ ఈజ్ θ I, దిస్ విల్ బి 90 మైనస్ θ I. So I am considering only this triangle, so I can have theta as the angle. So నాకు ఏదన్నా ఒక యాంగిల్ కావాలి, ఈ యాంగిల్ అయినా ఈ యాంగిల్. సో ఈ ట్రయాంగిల్లో ఈ యాంగిల్ వచ్చింది, అలాగే ఈ ట్రయాంగిల్లో ఈ యాంగిల్ వచ్చింది. సో I can develop an equation to find this OO dash. So what is OO dash? OO dash is the common distance between these two triangles. So now what is OA dash? What is OA dash? OA dash అంటే ఎక్కడి నుంచి ఎక్కడి వరకు? ఇక్కడి నుంచి ఇక్కడ వరకు. What is this OA dash? OA dash అనేది ఈ 90 మైనస్ θr అనే ఈ యాంగిల్కి అడ్జసెంట్ సైడ్. 90 మైనస్ θr అనే యాంగిల్కి అడ్జసెంట్ సైడ్. So I can write cos 90 90 minus theta r must be equal to adjacent side by hypotenuse. That is OA dash by OO dash. Ante kada? So what is cos 90 minus theta? Sin theta. Cross multiply cheste OO dash sin theta r must be equal to OA dash bar. So next what I want? AO dash. So what is this AO dash? AO dash. This is the distance. So which angle I am having? This angle theta I am having. So what is this theta I? This AO dash is opposite for this theta. So sin theta I. And right. So sin theta I is equal to opposite side. That is AO dash divided by hypotenuse, which is OO dash. So what I can write? OO dash sin theta I must be equal to AO dash bar. AO dash bar. So now these two are equal. These two are equal. OA dash and AO dash are equal. So this and this must be equal. So what is my answer will be? That is OO dash sin theta r must be equal to OO dash sin theta I. These two are common. Same. So sin theta r is equal to sin theta I. So ultimately what I will get? Theta r is equal to theta I. This is nothing but Snell's law of reflection. This is nothing but అంటే ఎంత యాంగిల్ తో ఇన్సిడెన్స్ అయ్యిందో అంత యాంగిల్ తో రిఫ్లెక్ట్ అవుతుంది. దిస్ ఇస్ అంతకు ముందు కూడా మనం ఇది క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేసాము. సో ఇట్ ఈస్ స్నెల్స్ లా ఆఫ్ రిఫ్లెక్షన్. స్నెల్స్ లా ఆఫ్ రిఫ్లెక్షన్. సో దిస్ ఇస్ ద ఫస్ట్ లా. This is the first లా. నెక్స్ట్ now I want to find what is the behavior of this wave on the second medium, that is in medium 2. What is the behavior of this wave? So the behavior of this wave will derive other equation, which is the Snell's law of refraction. So now we know that velocity of the wave in medium 1 is v1 and velocity of the same wave in medium 2 will be v2. So here v1 and v2 are the velocities of wave in medium 1 and 2. That means the same wave will have different velocity in medium 1 and different velocity in medium 2. The same wave will have different velocity in medium 1 and different velocity in medium 2. If the wave is, it depends upon the characteristic of the medium or property of the constituents of the medium. Denser medium, ani alage different mediums, non-magnetic medium ani, magnetic medium ani, different medias untayi. ఆ మీడియాస్ని బట్టి వేవ్ ప్రాపర్టీ, వేవ్ వెలాసిటీస్, ఫేజ్ యాంగిల్స్ అన్నీ మారిపోతూ ఉంటాయి. సో v1 v2 be the velocities of the wave in medium 2. Now time taken by the incident wave to travel from A to O dash, A నుంచి O dash in medium 1 is equal to that taken by the transmitted wave in medium travel from transmitted wave. Now we can what we have equated in the first case? In the first case, these distances are made equal. That is AO dash and OA dash made equal. So time taken to travel or cross this distance must be equal to T. The time must be same. In the same way, the time taken to travel the distance O to B and the time taken to travel distance A to O dash must be same. అంటే ఏంటి, ఇన్సిడెన్స్ వేవ్ కి ఎంత టైం పట్టింది ట్రావెల్ చేయడానికి, దట్ మస్ట్ బి ఈక్వల్ టు ద ట్రాన్స్మిటెడ్ వేవ్ టు ట్రావెల్ దిస్ డిస్టెన్స్. అంటే ఏంటి, అందుకు ముందు మనము ఇన్సిడెన్స్ వేవ్ ని రిఫ్లెక్టెడ్ వేవ్ తో కంపేర్ చేసినప్పుడు స్నెల్స్ లా ఆఫ్ రిఫ్లెక్షన్ వచ్చింది. ఇప్పుడు అదే ఇన్సిడెన్స్ వేవ్ ని దేంతో కంపేర్ చేయాలి, ట్రాన్స్మిటెడ్ వేవ్ తో కంపేర్ చేయాలి. కంపేర్ చేసినప్పుడు ఏమొస్తుంది, దిస్ ఈస్ ద డిస్టెన్స్ AO dash. So time taken to travel this distance must be equal to T, and time taken to travel this distance OB, ఈ డిస్టెన్స్ ట్రావెల్ చేయడానికి కూడా టైం టేకెన్ విల్ బి T. టైం టేకెన్ విల్ బి ద సేమ్, బట్ velocities are different. So what I can write, my time taken is same. So what is T? V is equal to D by T, and T is going to be D by V. Ante kada. So what is the distance I am considering here? Distance is A to O dash. So distance is A to O dash by what is the velocity with which the wave is traveling in medium 1? That is V1. This must be equal to OB bar by what is the velocity of the wave in the second medium? V2. So time taken will be same, but here velocities are different. But in the previous case, velocities are also same. So now what I will have, AO dash by V2 is equal to, AO dash by V1 is equal to OB by V2, where V1 is the velocity of medium 1 and V2 are the velocities of medium 2. Now, if I take this here, AO dash by OB bar must be equal to V1 by V2. They must be equal to V1 by V2. Now I can write this in terms of angles. So what is AO dash? AO dash ke ee triangle తీసుకుంటే ఈ ట్రయాంగిల్ కి ఏమనుకున్నా, ఇది θi అయితే ఇప్పుడు AO dash ని ఏమని రాశాను నేను, O dash sin θi రాశాను కదా. సో O dash sin θi by what is OB? So this is the angle theta t. This is the angle theta t. So if this is the angle theta t, what will be this angle then be? ఇప్పుడు నేను ఈ ట్రయాంగిల్ ని కన్సిడర్ చేస్తున్నా. దీనికి కూడా ఒక కామన్ సైడ్ ఉంది. ఈ ట్రయాంగిల్ కి మూడిటికి కూడా ఒక కామన్ సైడ్ ఉంది, OO dash. So I want to express this in terms of common side. So if this is theta t, what will be this angle? 90 minus theta t. 90 minus theta t. So what is the OB for this 90 minus theta t? Adjacent side. So cos of so what is my OB? Cos 90 minus theta t will be equal to adjacent side OB by OO dash. Ante kada, hypotenuse. So what is cos 90 minus theta t? Sin theta t is equal to OB dash. నేను దీన్ని పక్కకి తీసుకొస్తే OO dash sin theta t. అంటే OB bar బదులు నేను ఏం రాసుకోవచ్చు? Instead of OB bar, I can write OO dash sin theta t. So I am writing this sin theta t. So this is nothing but V1 by V2. This is nothing but V1 by V2. So OO dash will be cancelled out. So I have a relation which is called sin theta I by sin theta t is equal to V1 by V2. This is a relation. Now I can write V, velocity, in terms of omega and beta. So omega by beta 1 by omega by beta 2. V2 badalu omega by beta 2, where omega is the angular velocity and the frequency. It is dependent upon the frequency, and frequency of the wave will be same for all the media. So ikkada emaindi omega cancel avutadi. So my answer will be beta 2 by beta 1. Beta 2 by beta 1. So I can write this equation like this. General ga antaku mundu anything with respect to incident wave consider cheyadam manaku alavadu. So I can reverse this. Sin theta t by sin theta I with respect to sin theta I. This must be equal to reverse avutayani. V2 by V1, that must be equal to beta 1 by beta 2. So ee rendu vachinayi. Next thing, but there is a definition which is called refractive index. There is a definition which is called refractive index. What is the refractive index? Refractive index will depends upon the velocities of the wave traveling in a medium. Velocities of the wave traveling in a medium. So it's refractive index. So what is the refractive index? Refractive index, which is also called as index of refraction, which is also called index of refraction also. Now what is the definition of refractive index? That means the ratio of the velocities of the wave in free space to some medium. Ante enti? So what is the velocity of any wave in free space? If you consider light wave, light dantlone ochindi refraction anedi. So if you consider light, what is the velocity of the light in free space? It is going to be c. What is c? C is 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meters per second. Adi dan velocity. So if you consider the wave which is traveling in free space, what is its velocity? And if it is traveling in medium, some certain medium, what is its velocity? That ratio will give refractive index. So, and it is denoted by small n1. Small n1. So what is small n1? Small n1 is the comparison of the wave velocities with free space to the medium. అంటే మీడియంలో దాని వెలాసిటీ v1 అయితే ఫ్రీ స్పేస్లో దాని వెలాసిటీ c. సో n1 is the refractive index of medium 1. So what is n2? n2 is the refractive index of medium 2. అవునా కదా? So what is my n1 by n2? Will be v2 by v1. అంతే కదా? c by v1 by c by v2. So this will be v2 by v1. So what I can v2 by v1 badalu what I can write? Instead of v2 by v1, I can write n1 by n2. So I can write n1 by n2. And ఇది చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్ అన్నమాట. ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ వస్తాయి దీంట్లో ఖచ్చితంగా. So I can write n1 by n2 So sin theta, theta t by sin theta I must be equal to n1 by n2, and this relation sin theta t by sin theta I is equal to n1 by n2 is called law of Snell's law of Snell ane ayane kanukunnadu, idi kuda Snell's law of refraction. So we got a new law. We got a new law due to the change in boundary. Boundary lo marpu rabatti andaku mundu Snell's law reflection annadu vachindi. Now we got a new law which is called Snell's law of refraction. And moreover, I can write velocity in terms of medium parameters, that is mu and epsilon. ఆ రెండు పేర్ల మీద కూడా I can write the velocity. So what is v2 by v1? v2 by v1 is equal to 1 by root of mu1 epsilon by 1 by root of mu2 epsilon 2. So if I consider a non-magnetic medium, if our non-magnetic media, mu1 is equal to mu2 will be equal to mu naught. mu1 equal to mu2 equal to mu naught. So what I can write, instead of mu1 and mu2, I can write mu naught, and these two will be cancelled out. So what I will get actually, root of epsilon 1 by epsilon 2. So this is another formula. So this is nothing but epsilon 1 by epsilon 2, another formula. Now I can write the eta 1 and eta 2 in terms of this mu naught and epsilon naught. So I can write in terms of eta 1 and eta 2 also. So what is my eta 1? Eta veru n veru, jagrattaga identify cheyandi. So eta 1 by eta 2 must be equal to intrinsic impedance of the medium. So eta 1 by eta 2 is equal to root of mu1 by epsilon divided by root of mu2 by epsilon 2. Dintlo, if I take non-magnetic media, so this will be mu naught and this also will be mu naught. So these two will be cancelled out, and what I will get, root of epsilon 2 by epsilon 1. So root of epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 is equal to eta 1 by eta 2. What will be root of epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 by epsilon 2? Eta 2 by eta 1. So instead of this, I can write eta 2 by eta 1. So total how many formulae I got? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So ivanni kuda required formulae to identify the transmitted angle or incidence angle in this medium. So we are going to deal a topic which is called total reflection by considering the previous topic. So here incident wave will be incidencing the plane of incidence with an angle theta I. This theta I in batti we got theta t, transmitting wave ఒకటి వచ్చింది మనకి. So what it will make? It will make an angle of theta t with the normal of the boundary. Now so if you increase this, suppose if this medium 1 is denser than medium 2. So medium 1 is denser than medium 2. Denser ante baga chikkaga untam, thickga untam. So if medium 1 is denser than medium 2 ante epsilon 1 is greater than epsilon 2 అని అర్థం. If the medium 1 is denser than medium 2 means medium 1 is epsilon 1 is greater than epsilon 2. So that is the actual meaning. But here, if this epsilon 1 is, if this medium is denser, so if you vary lightly this angle, if you vary lightly this angle, so this angle will be varied. So your theta t will be greater than theta I. So if this is the condition, if epsilon 1 is greater than epsilon 2, your theta t is greater than theta I. So if I want more angle in the medium 2, that means transmitted angle, if I want more transmitted angle, so what I have to do? I have to increase theta. I have to increase theta such that if I have increased theta I, one settled angle will be occurred, that is called theta c. That is called theta c. That angle. So theta I only, we will have a specific value for theta I which will give theta t as 90 degrees. Theta t as 90 degrees. అంటే ఈ theta I ఇక్కడున్నప్పుడు ఇంత, ఇక్కడున్నప్పుడు ఇంత, ఇక్కడికి వచ్చినప్పుడు ఇంత theta t. అంటే ఏంటి? If you vary this theta I in this direction, your angle theta t will vary in this direction, and there is a certain angle for which your theta t will be 90 degrees. For which your theta t will be 90 degrees, and this transmitted wave will be along the boundary. Transmitted wave will be along the boundary, and your transmitted wave will start traveling in this direction. On the direction of x-axis. So if you change some more angle of theta I, then at this instant the total transmitted wave will be reflected into medium 1. So this is called total reflection. This is called total reflection. Total reflection ఎప్పుడు కుదిరింది మనకి? If this is a conducting boundary. అంతకు ముందు previous class లో. But here this is not the conducting boundary. This is a dielectric boundary only. Dielectric boundary will cause some wave to transmit in the medium 2. But we can change and we can make this wave to reflect in the medium 1 by changing the angle of incidence. So this angle which will make your transmitting wave angle as 90 degrees, this angle is called critical angle. This angle is called critical angle. That means the angle of incidence is called a critical angle, the angle at which the wave will be totally reflected into medium 1. Totally reflected into medium 1. So that is called critical angle. And you have a formula that is sin theta t by sin theta I is equal to square root of epsilon 1 by epsilon 2. So this is nothing but your equation. We have derived it from the previous topic. So what is this theta t? Theta t will be pi by 2 at an angle of critical angle. Theta I an angle, a particular critical angle kochinapudu this will become this. So what is sin theta c? Sin theta c will be epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 into sin pi by 2 is 1. So your critical angle sin theta c, sin of critical angle will be this. What is my critical angle? Critical angle is equal to sine inverse of square root of epsilon 2 by epsilon 1. So this is about the total reflection.